Okay, so for this one, for example, it says, what is the value of Q? So these are the examples from your Y5, Y.5. Well, the first thing you are going to do on your graph paper, remember, my name is Mrs. Lewis, and we always write our work for math. So you're going to get your graph paper after you do the heading and all those things. Problem number 1. Yes, you're going to copy your angle and do the best you can to sketch it. So in this case, this angle has a red box here. So you know that means 90 degrees. And this is what they showed you. So what do you know? Well, you know that this side has to be equal to 90 degrees minus 40 degrees. Why? Because if the two angles, remember, part plus a part equals a whole. We talked about that. If the two parts add up to 90, then when I take 40 from 90, I should be able to find the other part, which in this case, Q equals 50 degrees. And then you'll be done with that example, okay? Now, this is another type of example. It's similar, but then the only thing is, and I'm gonna stop recopying the angles for you just for the size of the video. In this case, they're asking for N. Well, they're giving you the total. Remember, part plus part equals a whole. So in this case, you have this part and this part here to make up the 69. So to get this part, you would do, well, N should be equal to 69, take away 26. Yes, however, because we're preparing for algebra, I need you to set it up as part plus part equals whole. And trust me on this, I'm preparing us for algebra. I really need you to start getting, remember, we always take baby steps for algebra, and then it gets harder, okay? So part, I'm going to say N, plus my other part is 26 equals the whole, which is 69. And then I need you to treat it as solving an equation. So take away 26, take away 26, right? So N equals 43. Okay? Then this is the other type. Just a word problem. The measure of an angle is 3.7 degrees. What is the measure of its complementary angle? Complementary means 90 degrees. So you know this means that, right? 90. So when somebody gives you a compliment about yourself, you know, you feel right. Right means 90. I need you to write it as part plus part equals a whole. So the measure of an angle, one angle is 3.7, and its complement, I don't know what its complement is, but I know altogether they should add up to 90. Okay? What is the measure of its complementary? Means they have to add up to 90. So you would take away 3.7. X equals, put your 0, 0 here, or just a 0. So 10 minus 7, that's 3. This becomes a 9, and that becomes an 8. 9 minus 3 is 6, and 8. So my angle is 86.3 or 30 degrees. Okay, let's go to the next one and how I want you to write it. You have this guy, after you're done copying it, it says, what is the value of F? Okay, what do you notice? Are they complementary? No, well, you don't really see a right angle. What else do we see? Do they form a straight line? Not really. Like, you have lines and you can have many ideas, but what I want you to remember about was highlighting your straight lines anytime you see those. And so what you can see here is that this angle you're looking for is vertical to these two. If you get to this question, this type of question, I need you to know that vertical angles are congruent. Remember this symbol? That means they're equal in size. So angle F should be equal to 39 plus 28. So you would do 39 plus 28, 17, 67. Okay. So there's your 6, 7 for the day. All right, let's go. So you're going to complete to 85%. So that's about all you're going to see on that one. And let's go to Y5. So what do we notice on this? Well, we notice a straight line. Yay. And we know this straight line should have 180 degrees. From here to here is 180 degrees. So try to write it as part plus part equals a whole. So this part is the letter U plus 130 altogether should add up to 180. Then let's take a one-step equation algebra. Remember, we're going to be doing multi-step later on. 180 take away 130 is 50 degrees. So that would be your answer. Okay. We look at this one. Again, part plus part equals a whole. You would say 42 plus 26 equals my whole. Once you add, that's your answer. And last but not least, this one, writing it as part plus part equals a whole. This is 90 degrees. How do I know that? Well, because of the box, right? So 32.9 plus F should equal the whole. Well, I'm going to take away 32.9 minus 32.9. Okay, put a 0. That's a 10, 9, and 8, right? So that's 1, 7, and 8 minus 3 is 5. Oh, 57, not 67. What a sad day. There we go. I hope you have a great day. Miss you guys.